morning. The new Viking is here. Will Kyler Murray deliver a Super Bowl in Minnesota, or is it one and done and on to the next? Meanwhile, has the free agent market maxed out for Max Crosby? Could staying in Vegas actually help his value, or will a contender come calling? We've got the latest. Celtics, Thunder. On a night SGA hit a historic milestone, did he just lock in the MVP race? That and so much more. I'm Peter Schrager. I'm in for Greeny this morning, and I'm very excited to have with us Damian Woody, Mike Tannenbaum, Joe Fortenbaugh, Dan Graziano, and we've got our Hoops team as well. Brian Windhorst, Monica McNutt, all joining us this morning. But we start with the game of the night, the Celtics and the Thunder in a possible NBA Finals preview. SGA looking to surpass Wilt Chamberlain for an NBA record most consecutive 20-plus point games in NBA history. And early on in the first half, he was looking to get the record. Bucket there, bucket here. He's got 15 at this point. Then this jumper makes it 17. Iron Eagle is on the call for the big bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Crowd anticipating. Fires and hits. An incredible streak puts SGA into the record books. 127 consecutive games as he passes the great Wilt Chamberlain.
That's a record that lasted 63 years. This streak started all the way back years ago. 10 minutes to go in this game. Look at this dunk after the block from Jaylen Brown. Then, 98-96, Pritchard moving, takes the shot. Good. We've got 2 minutes left to go in a tie ball game out there in OKC. SGA, bucket. 100-98, Thunder lead the Celtics. Then, watch SGA here. Creates a little space, and he makes it.
Little love tap.
Little love tap.
Love tap.
We'll discuss. Then, down two, Jaylen Brown, clutch. On the road, no Tatum. Ties the game up with 21 seconds remaining. Final possession here in regulation. Tie game. Caruso, of all people, the 3-0. Chet Holmgren rebounds, and Sam Hauser fouls him. That would put Chet Holmgren to the line for two. He would make them both. Celtics have a shot here. You see the score. Pritchard, no. Let's hear SGA after the game.
14 points for you in the fourth. 2 big free throws from Chet. How would you describe just your overall?
All the records and accomplishments are great, but they don't matter if you don't win. And that's all that was on my mind. I was having a terrible game to that point. Didn't like how I started sluggish. And I wanted to just focus on getting the car back on the road and making sure we walked out of here with a W. If we lost, I would have been pissed and would have gave the record for the W any day of the week. So I'm glad we won and I got the record.
We lost, I would have been pissed. I appreciate that. What an amazing accomplishment either way. SGA, 63-year-old record. This streak started all the way back on November 1st, 2024. And amazingly enough, he scored 20 points in regulation in every game, not even needing overtime. In 35 of these 127 games, SGA did not even play a single second of the fourth quarter. We bring in Windy and Monica. Windy, SGA's brilliance comes in the form of monotony. 20 points every game. How has he done it, surpassing Wilt Chamberlain's record?
Yeah, I got to say, when you look at Shai here, number one, when you break a Wilt Chamberlain record, that is, you've done something. Number two, this is something that's accomplished over 2 seasons, the bulk of 2 seasons. And obviously, he's done so many of these damage games in the fourth quarter. That's what happened last night. This was a vintage Shai performance. They went to him down the stretch of this game repeatedly. He had what I thought was an iconic quote last week, talking about scoring in the fourth quarter. He said, "I have the answers to the test. I just have to see the questions." Every question that the Celtics presented to him last night, he was able to answer. A gutty performance by Boston, but another strong effort by Shai without his team being full strength either.
Monica, how would you describe what SGA has done?
The word that came to me last night, Schrager, watching this is just mind-boggling. Like, it's so impressive. And I was like, okay, in today's NBA, literally according to NBA.com, you got 34 guys that average 20 points per game. And so 20 in and of itself is not like, oh, okay. But for 127 games to break the record over 2 seasons, like Wendy said, I mean, it is a demonstration of the model of consistency. But as much as this is an individual award in my mind, it definitely speaks to his teammates and to the organization. There's so much connectivity here. There's so much clarity here. And obviously, his game is just so steady and consistent night in and night out.
All right, that's the OKC side, and we want to give our respect to what the Thunder did. But I'm looking at Boston without Tatum, without Derek White. Wendy, you got to like kind of how they played last night as well, even in a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaylen Brown had a terrific game. There was a three-pointer in the air, as we saw there from Peyton Pritchard, that would have won them the game. Also, no Derek White in this game. So down the stretch, you had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander powerful. That would be Derek White or Jason Tatum out there providing the perimeter defense. I'm not sure Joe Mazzulla showed the entire defensive package. They didn't really even blitz Shai until the final possession of the game. I think Boston has defined this whole season by their role players overachieving and winning on the margins. That definitely happened in this game. And while they walk away with a loss, I think they love their chances. They get to play them again in Boston in 2 weeks.
Monica, did that feel like an NBA Finals preview to you?
Ooh, Schrager. We love doing this sort of thing. But listen, I will say yes in that as I look at the East, which I think has been surprisingly competitive in terms of what people thought way back when in October. The differentiating factor for the Celtics very clearly is the experience that they have as a collective. And did we just watch the last two champs go at it in what was a thrilling game? And quite honestly, I was so disappointed that it came down to free throws at the end because why not overtime of that one? Absolutely. So there's a very good chance.
I mean, he's fine tonight.
It's Shea Butter.
You're catching straight.
Yeah, Shea Butter.
Okay, so we're revisiting Shai's streak through the lens of his fashion. That feather.
Perk, could you wear that?
No.
I just want to know if they got a 5XL in there. You know what I mean? I look good in black, by the way.
You would look like Black Big Bird if you put that on.
Ill-advised.
I'm telling you, I'll step outside for once if I had that outfit. I'll step outside.
I'm surprised he could step outside in this outfit because I think the jeans alone were like $30,000.
Yeah, the bag is probably that.
The bag is probably that, if not
Leather
more.
trench.
The
Come on.
trench is, yeah.
That's dope.
That jacket with the glasses hit different though.
100%.
Multiple chains.
It's the
he put that
chains too.
together.
Yes. This is where he lost me though. And this was just last week. What is this? It's like he's wearing, what is this? This is my new scarf. What is this?
Hey, Nicole, sometimes you got to get uncomfortable.
It looks like it's made out of a Labubu though.
And then look at the bag though.
The bag is like a Labubu made into a bag.
Straight up fur.
Yes.
But you got to understand, though, look at how the jacket hanging off a little bit. That's part of the fashion.
I hear you.
He loses me on the fur a little bit, but you know what? You know who else was stylish?
Oh, Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different era, and he had a different personality, but he was out there.
7 foot with confidence.
Yeah.
Now, it's a reason you have so many rumors out there that, you know, I'm just saying.
Oh, there's a question. Who has more buttons undone?
And that one, it was Wilt, not quite Richard Jefferson.
Perk.
Thanks, brother. All right, well, just like Outcasts and $10 cocktails, all good things must come to an end, and that now includes